researching cloth pads, or perhaps you've been using them for a while, and you've come across a product called Interlabial Pads, and you're thinking, interlabial what? Okay, so an interlabial pad is exactly what it sounds like. It is a small pad, normally in the shape of a petal. It looks something like this. And it fits in between your labia. So just as a example, this is my model vulva. It's not to scale. It's a bit large, actually, I think, for most people. So here's your outer labia, your inner labia, your vaginal opening, and your clitoris is up here. If you have your legs closed, it probably looks something more like this. So an interlabial pad, there's several ways to fold these, which I'll show you later, will fit inside your labia. Ta-da! There's a number of reasons you might want to use an interlabial pad. Number one, interlabial pads can stop what's often referred to as channeling. If your menstrual flow channels through your labia or buttocks to the front or the back of your pad, that's what we call channeling. So if you bleed to the front or the back of your pad, you should definitely give interlabial pads a try. Number two, interlabial pads can also help slow your menstrual flow. If you tend to gush rather than trickle, interlabial pads can help slow your menstrual flow and give your pad more time to absorb that flow. Number three, interlabial pads can be used as a backup to a tampon or menstrual cup. Some people will use these instead of a panty liner. Number four, if you suffer from light incontinence from things like coughing, sneezing, or laughing, interlabial pads can help absorb some of that leakage. There's a few different ways you can fold an interlabial pad. Best thing to do is experiment, try a few different folds, and figure out which one works best for you. The first fold I'm going to show you is folding lengthwise. So if this is your interlabial pad, you would just fold it right through the center. And then this is your vulva. You would put that right in between your labia majora. You might have the whole pad tucked inside your labia, or you also might have a little bit popping out, depending on what works best for you and what you find comfortable. The second fold, rather than folding it lengthwise, what you can do is actually roll it lengthwise. So just roll it up. You can see, like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. And again, that would fit, probably put it just over your vaginal hole and vaginal entrance, I should say, and tuck that right in between your labia. The third fold is pretty much the exact opposite of the first fold I showed you. which is to fold it widthwise. So instead of folding it lengthwise, you would just fold it along the width. Look like that. And then you put that and place that in between your labia, and you will definitely have some sticking out. So you can flatten that to the side, one each side, or flatten it one side, whoopsies. One side and then the other side. So whichever is most comfortable for you. Okay, so this might start to seem a little bit repetitive, but the fourth way you can fold this is actually a roll, and it's the opposite of the second fold I showed you. So instead of rolling lengthwise, you can actually roll this widthwise. And again, comfortably place in between your labia. The fifth fold I'm going to be showing you, I call it the origami fold. I came up with that name myself. I don't actually know what it's called, or if there is a name for it. But I call it the origami fold because when I was making it, that's what it reminded me of, was paper origami. So to do an origami fold, it's not as complicated as it sounds. You would just fold the pad lengthwise, the way we did on the first fold. And then down the center, you would fold half up or down, whichever way you're looking at it. So it would look like that. And then you can put that between your labia, and there would be a little bit poking out. So you can sit that to the side, either side of your labia. Interlabial pads are without a doubt a fantastic product for many people. It might seem a little bit odd when you first hear about it, but actually, I'm sure you felt the same when you first heard about menstrual cups, or imagine if you never knew what a tampon was, and first learning about what these products are, you think, I don't know, that's a bit weird. But actually, interlabial pads are a great product that personally I wish I'd discovered sooner. There are a couple of downsides. One is that you need to remember you're wearing the interlabial pad when you use the toilet. So if you forget that you are using an interlabial pad and you go ahead and sit on the toilet, it can just fall out because there's nothing securing it in place other than it being in between your labia. So the last thing you want is to be fishing out your interlabial pad from the toilet bowl. The second downside, I would say, is that if you're using it as a backup for a tampon or a menstrual cup, it can dry out your skin if you're don't have a lot of flow going on, just because it is absorbent. So it will draw moisture from your skin if it's not absorbing anything else. You can actually wet the pad first in order to avoid it drying out your labia. That's what we have to share today about interlabial pads. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment on our video or drop us an email at hello@fialuna.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.